forums. We'll hear from the public all along that process. And the resolution that put this question on the ballot did direct the Burlington director of the Chittenden County Public Safety Authority to provide a forum to engage the dispatchers in particular regarding the operations. And so we wanted to make sure that not only there would be a general public forum, but there would be a very specific forum to engage the dispatchers.
And I'd just like to add a comment, if that's
You may add a comment, sure.
Okay. I think our concern is just the process hasn't always been the most inclusive. We have had a few meetings in the past few months, so I think for a lot of us, while we hope that that does play out, a lot are skeptical of that just because of how it went before. So if this does pass on town meeting day, I do hope we are able to have a productive relationship with the city moving forward. I would also just like to add that right now I've not had any dispatchers approach me in support of this plan. We feel that there are too many unknowns, and we would have liked to see a lot of the operational sides prior to a vote come forward, and we'd just like to make our concern known.
Okay, thank you very much. I think we have a firm pledge from the chief that that forum with the dispatchers will happen, and I think that you have counselors here that are going to be following that and making sure that that's a robust process. Any other members of the public on item 2? The question on forming, yes, please come forward, sir.
My name is Mark Farnham-Rendino. I'm not a voter in the city of Burlington, and I don't know if it's appropriate for me to make a comment as a voter in the state of Vermont. I just want to ask
We'll be glad to
first.
hear from you.
Okay, so as this is written, it seems to me that it's very likely that voters will misunderstand that voting yes will automatically put us in this municipal district. So that's one comment that I wanted to make. And the other is that there's no information in this. It sort of presupposes that somebody has concluded that there are reasons to do this. I presume financially that somehow there's going to be economies of scale, so to speak. And so I'm just wanted to comment that it's not. It seems likely that people will misunderstand what this is asking and what will result from this. So.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Anyone else on question 2, formation of a municipal district to provide regional emergency dispatch? Okay, so we'll go on to question 3 on the ballot. Issuance of general obligation bonds for capital improvements authorized. Shall the City Council be authorized to issue general obligation bonds or notes in one or more series in an amount not to exceed $6,100,000 to fund capital improvement infrastructure projects of the city and its departments in furtherance of the city's 10-year capital plan, with the expectation that the University of Vermont and Champlain College will make contributions to the city in support of such 10-year capital plan that will reduce the amount of property taxes needed for future debt service on such bonds or notes? Question. So yes would authorize the city to issue $6.1 million in bonds whose debt service is expected to come from contributions from the university and Champlain College. Any member of the public have any questions about this question 3, general obligation bonds? Okay, so we will keep going. We've been joined by Councilors Paul and Mason. Welcome. Question 4, an advisory ballot question regarding climate action. The question states, shall the voters of Burlington urge the governor and members of the General Assembly of the state of Vermont to A, actively pursue more policies and programs that will lead to achieving the goal of 90% renewable energy for all people in Vermont with firm interim deadlines, and B, ensure that the transition to renewable energy is fair and equitable for all residents, with additional support for low-income people or rural communities, question mark? So a yes would say that we want to advise the governor and members of this General Assembly to do those two things. Any member of the public on question 4 on the ballot? Any question? Okay, so question 5 is another advisory ballot question regarding local option to fund perpetually affordable housing. And the question is this, quote, shall we